Hey everybody, it's me, Manic coming to you from the outside. I don't like talking. I gotta turn it over here. It'd be a little in the shade. There we go. It's me, Manic I thought I'd document the first 2 days of the geothermal install out here at the Art Villa. You heard me mention it. I called up yesterday morning when I was listening to records and having a cup of tea and said, hey, we can drill today. And I said, okay, come on out. So part of the deal is that I use my backhoe to fill in the trenches. But when I mentioned to the, which I didn't mention to the geothermal guys, that, well, no, I've got to back up. First, I'm just going to show a couple of photographs of the drill and the truck. Now, when they pulled into the drop, first they drove by the house and I went, holy crap, that looks pretty big. But it was even bigger when they pulled in the driveway and missed, literally missed both sides of the stone gate by ½ inch each side. Got it in here. You can see the things on a track, okay? And then they set it up, and what they do is drill. Here's just a little tiny bit of the drilling I shot through the window. So anyway, where am I now? Okay. I hope this is not too much wind. What I've been doing, because when the geothermal guy, I said this and this and this, I didn't say that I didn't want him to chop up my sidewalk, my stone walk. So the furnace guy's like, oh, he can just put a pipe under it. I'm like, well, I'm going to do that myself. So I dug this out with a shovel on both sides, this whole trench, because I didn't want to get on top of any of the piping with my tractor. And I jammed this in, this pipe, under the sidewalk. You can see right here, I think, it's everything. It's a pipe, and first I was hammering it in and then pulling it out by hand with a 5-pound hammer, and then I got it halfway through and I said, that's not going to work, because I'd never done this before, okay? So then I drilled a hole in the end of the pipe, and when I was drilling, I accidentally clicked the lock on my 3/4 inch drill, and it kept going in circles because it got caught in the middle, and it yanked around and broke the power cord, so I had to fix that. Okay, then I drilled the other side, and I took this rebar, and I was hammering it first, and man, I said, that's not going to work either. So when they left, I got the tractor out, and I pulled it. I would hammer it in like 4 inches, and I'd pull it out with the tractor. And that worked pretty well, but it was still hard. So at the end, I just hammered and hammered and hammered the last foot and a half or whatever, okay. That was pretty interesting, wasn't it? I don't even know how to describe the whole thing that's going on here today. I really don't have anything to share. A record, maybe, at the end of it. Anyway, okay, so what they'll do is they'll come back with their own trenching machine, and they're going to trench the rest of this. And I got the holes drilled. I got the pipes. The holes are ready for their lines to go under the sidewalk, because I just fixed the sidewalk last year. If I went and tried to break that up, pull that up, oh, explain what you're doing. A lot of people don't even know what the hell you're doing. Well, or what geothermal is, you know, when it comes to this kind of heating system. All right, well, basically you got this in your basement, where your furnace is right now. You exchange this cold fusion reacting, you exchange your cold fusion reactor, what looks like one, because it's so modern. It's like a time machine or something. And you replace this antique thing, okay, and I'm going to replace this, the outdoor thing. Okay, so basically you see this is a heat pump. Most of us all know what this is, right? Basically geothermal is the same thing as a heat pump, only a heat pump exchanges mean when you want to cool, it takes hot stuff out of your house, calories, puts them into the system and expels them outside. And when you're heating, even though you want your heat to be like 70 in the house and it's 40 outside, the system can extract calories of heat from that 40-degree temperature and put it in your house to keep your house at whatever you set it at, like 70 degrees. Okay. Some people don't like it because they say it's a cold heat because it puts out, like, I don't know, not like oil or gas, not hot. It's just like room temperature, something like that. People say it feels cold. Anyway, if you're not too worried about that, which I'm not, because I can get rid of this outside unit, okay, and it's real noisy, and it's right where we sit sometimes on the back porch, and I don't like it. When in the summer, when it's air conditioning and everything, okay. So, plus, now it won't be outside, which is, the elements real hard on it. This, the heat pump that's there, it's been there for 24 years. It's worked really well. It only died once because a mouse made a house on the control board, the computer board, which, you know, $650 later. So what I'm trying to avoid is the thing breaking in the middle of winter, and when you can't do this kind of thing. And I'm going to do it now. So why did you go with this? Because when you tell people how much it costs, and I'm too embarrassed even to say, I'm just going to say the first house I rehabbed was, the base price of the house was $6,000 less than what the heating unit's going to be. I mean, it's just, and I could live in it. I could live in the place. It was a dump, but I could live in it. Okay. And oh, I forgot that. I got to back up. It will heat. It has like there's going to be part of the system is going to be a water heater. Okay. The water heater I just put in not long ago, 2-3 years, and it's a separate tank. So basically, the water will come in, go in this tank, which is set up for the geothermal heat to bring that up to, I don't know, no, never mind. Anyway, but there's something to do with that. Add a tank to it. It'll be quiet. People complain about it being quiet. This is not the low end. This is like a higher end. It's got a variable speed. It's a variable speed. No, I can't think it's a blower. Not a compressor. Not the compressor, but anyway. Okay. I should stop now because now I'm just sort of making up fantasies. Oh, speaking of fantasies, I asked the heating and cooling guy. First I said, here's the picture of the truck. I said, how much more will it cost me if you make my yard look like the picture on the side of your truck with all the waterfalls and everything? Okay. They didn't have an answer for that. And then I said, now, you might have to discuss this with your boss, but I would like you to charge my system with a nice beer. I realize this will be more expensive than whatever else you're going to put in it, like lemonade. But I want you to put beer in it. I want a tap. I want you to put a tap on the side of my brand new cold fusion reactor, so you can have nice icy cold beer at a and the kid, he said, okay, said, when did you hit rock at 10 feet? He looked at me and said, well, 11. I said, that's pretty close. I knew it would be about then. And he says, okay, it was like pretty easy to do rock down until like 130 feet. And then it got to be really hard rock. Okay. So like the drill thing and just like would jerk and stuff. I said, oh, well, sorry about that. And all this gray stuff I showed you, that's all rock dust. The wind was blowing into the house all day. There were clouds of dust, just literally clouds of dust, like a fog. And I was doing some things. I shut all the windows and the side door, but the back door was open because I figured there would be, and the house is coated with lime. They said it would be good for the yard though. So when it rains, the plants should like be loving the geothermal. The two trucks yesterday, the big truck with the drilling rig and the smaller truck with the mixer on it, because, and they didn't get to that yesterday, so they came back today. It took two of them half a day to fill up the holes with around the pipes with this slurry. What the hell do they call it? But basically, it's just a compound, which fills up the air voids completely, because apparently sometimes these guys that do this drilling, they put the rock dust back in, and I guess that's okay. But this won't. It won't set. It won't. Will be no more settling. and no air pockets, and that's sometimes a problem, which you can understand that because you need that contact with the ground to change the temperature of the stuff that's going through it. Okay, so each hole is a ton of heating, cooling, and 200 feet deep.